of Thrones fan, aren't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
I was meant to be in as an extra.
Really? I can see that. You've got the hair.
I got ill both times.
Right.
Never going to try out again.
Okay. Well, Series 4 is coming on the 6th of April. Winter is coming, 6th of April.
It is, and it's going to be a massive fallout after the end of the last series. I don't know how many characters are left, but there's going to be an introduction of quite a few new ones as well.
Mm-hmm. It took me 3 years. 3 years it took me to get into Game of Thrones.
Really?
I only watched it because my wife's a big fan,
and then
I sort of humoured her. And around halfway through Season 3, it just clicked. And I was just like, you know what? I really, really am into this now.
And even in hindsight, all the first and second season were good?
Well, bits of it always impressed me. Mm-hmm. And then I just couldn't get into it. I think it was too complicated. Do you know what I think happened? I took the first few episodes, I was too casual. I wasn't paying enough attention.
Watch it, yeah.
And then by the time I got to the sort of 4th or 5th episode, I didn't have a clue who was what.
It was like, who's what? Who they relate to? What they're doing? Where they're going?
Because I used to pause it and say to my wife, who's he? Why is he after her? What is she doing? What?
I was okay with that kind of thing, but one thing I couldn't get, and I don't normally have this problem, I couldn't remember all the names.
Yeah, the names are a nightmare. But for Christmas, I bought my wife the box set of the first 2 seasons. We are going to basically cram the first 3 seasons before the 4th one starts, and I'm looking forward to it. I would like a spin-off of that, just seeing Arya all the time, the little girl. Which one's she now? She's
the little girl with the sword.
Yeah, she's class,
she's
and
brilliant.
she's with what do you call the guy she's with the scarred face? Isn't that who
the
you're
Hound?
on with? The Hound.
Yeah.
Their relationship's phenomenal.
And she's going to, what it looks like, she'll be trained to become an assassin.
Yeah.
That's going to be good. Now, I've never read
the trailer for Series 4 shows her much more menacing looking with the
I've never
sword
read the book, so I don't actually know what happens.
Yeah. Oh, the book's finished. Have they ended?
No.
Okay, so we
There's
still don't know who
another
wins the Game of
one?
Thrones.
No one.
Yeah.
They'll all die.
They're all going to die.
It's George R. R. Martin.
Yeah, they are all
No one
die.
will get out alive.
It has to be Dragon Girl, doesn't it, though? Seriously? I mean, if it has to be a winner, it has to be her, doesn't it?
Arya.
Arya, you think so? Yeah, because funny, I thought her and the Hound, they have this kind of underlying...
Not from a, I think Dragon Lady should win because, oh yes, hello.
She has an army and dragons.
And she's cute.
Okay.
But Arya for different reasons. She's a kid. She's cool. Mm-hmm. She's the best thing in it.
And I really like the for lack of a better term, what do you call the short guy in it?
Tyrion.
I mean, he's amazing.
Tyrion, well,
he's the best.
He should win, actually.
He is what kept me watching that show for.
He should adopt Arya, and they should win together.
Yeah, he's superb, and he's the only character with any conscience in it. And Jaime Lannister, I love what they did with him. And in Series 4, he seems to be much more sort of. Let's talk about this. Let's not go in and slaughter people here.
He can't quite fight as well as he used to.
Yeah,
there
I
is
think they're going
there.
to fix that, though. It seems that he does train and he gets a fake hand and things. So, I mean, it looks...
Okay.
Not a fake Luke
Doesn't that
Skywalker.
sound like... I was going to say, isn't that a Star Wars thing?
Yeah, no, but it looks fun. So that's back. So, yeah, 6th of April for that. Zoe Saldana, who's in blooming everything right now, is going to star in a remake of Rosemary's Baby. Do we need a remake?
No, especially not. But it's the thing at the moment, the way there's always cycles in TV and... movies. Mm-hmm. Horror is the thing, especially because of American Horror Story, remake of The Evil Dead, Devil's Due that Stuart was talking about. It was a massively successful film and book at the time, and they've run out of ideas. I think we said this before. It does seem sometimes like Hollywood and TV just run out of ideas and they rehash things. But the first one, the original movie, was very good. The book was even better, and now they're going to remake it as a TV series set in Paris because that's truer to the story. Even though it was set in New York in the book.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's even half as good as the original, it'll be good. But I don't see the need.
Yeah, and the thing is, it still holds up, even though it was made in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s.
Late 60s, I think.
It's still a very effective movie. It's a creepy movie. It's a good story, great performances.
And because it didn't rely on
works.
special effects,
yeah.
it holds up.
It's that underlying, is it all in their mind? Is it really, and it's powerful stuff. It's up there with The Omen. It's one of those kind of movies.
Exactly.
But Zoe Saldana, yeah, I mean, as you say, it's going to be an NBC 4-part series. The few differences, as you say, about New York and everything else. I don't know, I'm not really excited about this. The Gecko Brothers. We've seen the Gecko Brothers now from Dusk Till Dawn, the TV series. Where do you stand on From Dusk Till Dawn?
Dusk Till Dawn is a brilliant movie.
Yes.
I don't know what the benefit of the series is.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I know it's setting up them before they became,
I set
killed
them
by
the younger years, yeah.
And it's talking about, because they kept talking about the bank job.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Dusk Till Dawn is it was about gangsters and vampires who didn't, it kind of that shock thing. Well, you already know they're going to meet vampires at some point. Are they going to have vampires as supernatural in this, or is it a heist movie?
Salma Hayek's character, Pandemonium Santa Monica, whatever, she's in it pre-vampire.
So do they meet her? Because they didn't recognise her in the film.
Hopefully not. Why would they?
No.
The only thing that gives me any confidence in this is that A, it's made by a Mexican production company, so it's probably going to look and feel like nothing that we have on TV right now.
Yeah.
And Tarantino and Rodriguez are kind of behind it.
They are. And,
so that gives me a little bit of
It could be
heart.
fun.
Yeah.
But again, it's sometimes what's the need for it?
But I don't think it's going to be a vampire series. I don't think it's going to be like a darker version of Buffy or whatever else.
No.
I think it's going to be about two criminals. It's going to be a heist movie that maybe will hint at like a supernatural world out there
that they don't notice, but maybe in the background. It could. I'll watch it because it could be fun. Mm-hmm. But I like the fact that it's called. It's going to be called the Gecko Brothers, isn't it?
No, it's from Dust Alone series.
Oh no, see. That's. But I thought it was called Gecko Brothers.
No, funny. Somebody said there was actually.
That'd be better.
Just why not just called the Gecko Brothers?
Yeah, don't make it. It shouldn't because it's not Dust Dawn the series.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be about vampires.
Curiously enough, Robert Patrick is going to be in it as well, who's playing Jacob Fuller, which was Harvey Keitel's preacher character in the movie. Robert Patrick was in From Dusk Till Dawn 2 or 3, one of the terrible sequels.
Do you know what? I've seen them, and it's
awful.
like The Matrix. There is no sequels.
They're horrible. They're horrible. So, and Elisa Gonzalez will be Santanico Pandemonium, who was first played by Salma Hayek. So, yes, coming in spring from El Rey Network. But you know what? After we talked about Bates Motel and Hannibal, I would have written those off. Yeah. I had those written off. I'm not going to do this. Make the same mistake.
The characters in the movie are brilliant. Seeing how they became the characters could be good, but it's not Dust to Dawn. Yeah. I don't know. It could be good.
And you know what? Richie Gecko, George Clooney, such a cool character.
But again, is that going to be? Can Zane Holtz do it?
I don't know.
We'll soon find out. Well,
but the thing that concerns me about it as well is that the teaser. Have you seen the teaser trailer for it, where it starts with the everybody be cool, you be cool, and that was the movie line.
Yeah.
Why would he keep saying that?
Well, because they want to link it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work now.
Boardwalk Empire is going to wrap up after season 5. You watching Boardwalk Empire? I'm hearing it's phenomenal. I
watched, and I should have watched it because it was the first program on Sky Atlantic, and I watched the first couple of episodes and then lost track of it. Okay. And it was very good then. It's a bit like, anything, a bit like Star Wars. Once you've missed it, it's hard to get back into 5 years worth of TV.
Mm-hmm. But that's fair enough. Right, we talked earlier on about all the Marvel movie news, DC movie news. Batman, Superman, Justice League may film back-to-back. According to Latino Review, the DC movie that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was rumoured for is Justice League, and the plans are to shoot it back-to-back with Batman vs Superman. I'll trust the source that the unnamed DC film that Dwayne Johnson will be working on in 2014 will indeed be the Justice League. That's not all, though, because this is folks wondering how the Justice League can be underway in 2014 when Warner Bros. DC are in full swing production of Batman vs Superman, or whatever it's called. While the current thought among most insiders is that the Batman and Superman and Justice League movies are going to be shot back to back, just like the Hobbit movies, which you talked about earlier on, and Pirates of the Caribbean, which we touched on as well, and the Matrix movies. They go on to say that the reason is to maximise everyone's schedules, and perhaps that's why we've been hearing about so many characters.
So they're not all going to be in the first movie. Whatever the movie's called.
Yeah,
they could be split across
maybe 2-3 movies, because we know we're going to get Batman standalone movies as well.
Mm-hmm. And one that hasn't been mentioned yet, and they have to do it, if DC, Warner Brothers, whoever are not, well, hopefully they're listening, but someone needs to get in touch with them and make sure that Stephen Arrow is in the movie.
Yeah, well, they've already said that's not happening.
But they either they don't put Green Arrow in at all, or they put him in.
But that's a different universe. That doesn't belong.
But
in
it's
that
not.
Universe.
I don't think it is.
It doesn't belong.
I think if they put the Flash in, I think it will be the CW Flash.
It won't. It won't.
If they don't, they're missing a trick. Arrow is got high ratings. People love it. It's critically acclaimed.
I know.
If they don't capitulate, they should do what Marvel don't. Well, Marvel have with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's why I think DC may follow the trend and go, well, look, it's working for them. We should try it.
I can't see it, though.
No.
I mean, as much as Superman or Man of Steel was about aliens and everything else, it had a real-world feel to it. It had a very grounded,
this
is what would happen. But Arrow's preposterous. It's corny and it's hammy and it's
corny,
nonsense.
But it is real-world stuff. It's chemicals. It's the villains are the only corny stuff. Arrow himself is kind of realistic.
I smell the fart acting, though.
Well, he can act, yeah.
He's
got two expressions.
Can act. They're awful. But they're so good. They're so bad.
However,
they're amazing.
There's a brilliant meme on Facebook. It does that, I don't always. And I don't always train with my shirt off, but, who am I kidding? I'm Arrow.
I'll put some clothes on.
He doesn't need to act.
I'm getting jealous. Gotham TV series, this confuses me, is going to feature the Rogue Gallery.
Yeah, but they're going to be tweens, like in their late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, it says...
Or older.
We'll see, blah, 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 blah. The series will be separate from the DC cinematic universe, but there will have an overall tone and aesthetic as the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. Nolan won't be involved. We're not... Right, this is really, really strange. Who is this speaking here? I think I would have done a bit. Kevin Riley, chairman of Entertainment at Fox. We're not starting in that world where the villains are in costume. You will see the markers for it, and they're kind of delicious. You begin to see the evolution of the eccentricities that become these characters. But there's really an arc there. We don't start out in capes and costumes. This just extends to Bruce Wayne, as the chairman said, that he views the eventual end of the series to be Bruce donning the cape and cowl for the first time. Information has been hard to come by in the series with today's announcement. So, no. No.
It should just be the Gotham Police Department. It shouldn't be Batman.
Commissioner Gordon, look, I mean, Bruce Wayne is going to be 12 years old in this.
Is
right?
he?
Yeah, they've said that basically the story is going to be that it more or less starts with Thomas and Martha's murder.
Okay, so,
Commissioner Gordon, Captain Gordon.
Anywhere between 9 and 13 if they want to play with it a bit.
They've already said he will be 12.
Oh, definitely 12, okay.
Yeah. But to have a 12-year-old Bruce Wayne in the same city where the Joker... I mean, they say Catwoman's going to be in it. Whenever Bruce Wayne has a relationship with Catwoman.
And Catwoman I've always thought is a bit younger than Batman.
Yeah, and we had this debate on Facebook, and I'm not sure, I think it's Batman Year One. Batman was 33 when he put the cape on.
I know, I saw that debate. I wouldn't be too hung up on that.
Well, okay, but you're talking late 20s, early 30s. 30. Let's meet in the middle. Let's say 30.
I couldn't. Well, in this or even in comics, I could see him being in his mid-20s.
Okay, say we meet Catwoman. Let's say we meet Catwoman at 20 years of age.
Yeah, and
he's 12. So when he puts the suit on at even say 25, 26, she's going to be touching 40.
Oh, no, I still think if Catwoman's in this, she'll be younger than him.
Really? I don't want that. I don't want to see that.
But I don't see the need for... This is going to sound weird because it's set in the Batman universe. I don't see the need for Bruce Wayne or Batman to be a big part of this.
No.
Especially not Batman, sorry. Bruce Wayne maybe in the periphery and the Wayne murder instigating things.
Yeah.
But... And also, they say by the end of the series, well, unless they put the series 10 years in the future at the end, which is like the very end of Smallville, what about the other 8 series in between?
When it started, he was 19, 20.
And you had 8 or 10, whatever it was, series of it.
Yeah.
If they're going to put him in the costume at the end of the first season, don't have any more seasons.
Yeah.
There's no point.
No, I don't like the sound of this at all. Daniel Logue, of course we know from things like Blade Trinity, was rumoured at the start of the week as well to basically have been cast as James Gordon, but he has since denied it on Twitter and said that he had nothing to do with it whatsoever. The role of Gordon is going to be a tough one to cast.
After the movies, it's almost impossible, though he is meant to be younger. Do you know who could do it? Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, he that is just going to be in everything.
Actually, he could be quite a good young Commissioner Gordon, but he's actually older than he looks, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I Vin Diesel?
Yeah. I've always wanted to see a series like this, but I just don't. Everything about this kind of worries me.
And we did say that DC series normally come out well. I'm not sure about this one at the moment.
No, I don't like the sound of this at all. And the other thing is, of course, in the comics, and Batman Begins did this very well. And in every interpretation of the Batman mythos, Batman was always the catalyst that caused the villains.
Yeah,
he came first.
Well, I suppose they have said there won't be any costumes or anything. There's villains, but they're not super villains.
Yeah.
And it could still exist. I mean, you would think that some of them were villains before, or at least villain tendencies before Batman. But yeah.
But you can't have Joker in it then.
No, you can
I don't want to see some guy called Jack Napier. Oh, he's going to be the Joker. I don't want that. The Joker, the mystery of the Joker is, who the hell is he?
That's it. You take the magic trick away.
Yeah.
It's not good. And that's what they seem to be doing on this. No.
No.
But then if you don't have that, what's the point of doing the Gotham City Police Department? It's just another police procedural drama.
But that's okay. Give us a good police show, and just
set
for
in
argument's
Gotham.
sake. Because myself,
Easter eggs.
Funny enough, when Fallen Earth started up away at the beginning, and Michael Bashford used to be the co-host of the show, we always said that we would love to see. We did say, let's do a Batman TV series, but let's have it called Gotham PD, and have it set in the world where Batman does exist. And maybe every couple episodes, but every couple of episodes have him in it.
Yeah.
Or have the Joker in once a season, or
But
do
really,
it
it's
that
about
way.
the real people in Gotham whilst he's up above.
Like the Penguin could be the villain, but Batman's not involved this week, or that kind of way. That's the way to go. This young Batman, the young years. No thanks. No.
It's going to be, if they keep going this route, it's going to be worse than Smallville. I mean,
Yeah,
I liked
definitely.
Smallville, but Smallville wasn't Superman until near the end. It was always it was an American soap opera that just happened to have Clark Kent in it.
And Smallville suffered from that thing as well, that by the time he became Superman, all of his villains were done or dead.
And he'd already formed the Justice League, and
yeah,
it was a brilliant program on its own. And I think they knew it was ending. They just wanted to have that moment, which was good.